Look at this room. Absolute disaster. But it isn't always like this. I mean, my wife and I, or my wife, if I'm being honest, usually makes sure this room is neat and tidy every day. I mean, sometimes she makes our boys help clean up this mess, but most times she has to come through and clean it up because the mess becomes too much for them to handle. I mean, they essentially come in here and just move stuff around, only making it worse. And they end up arguing within the first 3 minutes. But this mess you see, this was Christian all the way. I mean, he is 3 years old and capable of destroying any room in minutes. I mean, he's like the Tasmanian devil. I mean, he disappears, it's quiet, all of a sudden, this is what you get. Well, it was walking into this room and seeing this mess, and my first thought was, geez, Christian, I mean, you literally destroy everything. I mean, you sure know how to mess up what we've cleaned up, or what my wife has cleaned up, in no time at all.
Instantly, I was struck by this thought. Salim, aren't you like this? I mean, don't you mess up things? I mean, wasn't it you who made a mess of your life? Wasn't it you who still makes messes with your actions, your words? I mean, isn't it your quick temper that starts fires that only I can put out? Yes, my friends, the good Father was absolutely speaking to my heart, reminding me of how many times He has come to rescue me and clean up my mess. How He has redeemed my past failures. And He is still working today at cleaning up the messes that I make every single day. See, it was my anger that caused pain. It was my lack of faith that led many astray. It was my words that cut like daggers, leaving scars. It was my jealousy that led to that toxic behavior. It was my bitterness that hurt relationships. It was my idol worship that broke the heart of God. It was my lustful eyes that caused insecurity. It was the evil in me that caused absolute disaster. But it was God, the good Father, who had to wade into the mess that I created, that I caused, to clean up the mess. I mean, it was a mess that I was unable to clean up. It was me trying to fix it myself, trying to pick up the pieces. And all I was doing was just moving my mess from one side of my life to the other. Just carrying around the baggage from one side to the other. Just infecting the life and the lives of people around me. It wasn't until I laid down my rights and I surrendered to the only one who could make it better. It was Jesus, who made my life neat and tidy and comes in daily to do that clean sweep the same way that Jackie does for my boys every single day. So this will be the cycle of my life and yours too if you're going to follow Jesus. Our hearts, they're bent towards independence. Jesus is saying, no, you can't handle it on your own. Our hearts are bent towards pride. And Jesus is saying, no, I oppose the proud, but I extend grace to the humble. Our hearts, they're bent towards sweeping our mess under the rug. And Jesus is saying, no, bring your junk to me and allow me to clean it up. Take off your mask, son. Take off your mask, daughter. I know who you are and I love you. My friends, I come before you and the Lord reminded me that even at 40 years old, I still mess up. And just like my boys, when tasked to clean up after themselves, still need our help to accomplish that, I need God to come in and help me do what I'm unable to do for myself. We, my friends, need God to come in and clean up our mess. We still need Jesus to clean up our mess and will for the rest of our lives. I will and you will always need Jesus to do what we can't do for ourselves. And let us praise Him for His unfailing grace. Let us praise Him for His unfailing love.